Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is amylouise, and if you are new here, please click that subscribe button. If you're not new, then welcome back. Please make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. I'm doing a Q&A today. I'm in my bed, nice and warm and snug and cozy, and yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of a different video. I wanted to do a little bit of a Q&A, have a chit chat, get to know me a little bit better. Yeah. I know a lot of my followers or subscribers know me on this channel for doing Foundation Fridays. If you go over to my Instagram, it's a bit of a different story. Usually like big, bold, colourful looks, which I am going to be doing some more videos on. I started with my Foundation Friday to kind of get my channel up and going, and kind of get more comfortable in front of the camera. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that a bit more. It was also like getting equipment like up and ready and going, and getting my lighting and my ring light and my stand and everything. So it was a case of just like getting things ready so that it's easier to film those kind of looks, because they are harder to film than a try on of a foundation, which I am actually currently filming. I am halfway through this Foundation Friday. This is going up on Friday. This is the Huda Beauty foundation stick that she's just released with her water jelly primer. Honestly, we're doing pretty good, to be honest, but full review and everything will be up on Friday, so make sure to check that out, and if you're not subscribed, do it so that you can see that video. So I've got all my questions here in my pad, just because I do film on my phone, and yeah, let's get into it. So the first question is from Charlotte Fellas, and she asks, what is your holy grail foundation? I have two. First is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I absolutely love that foundation. It is like £5. It works on every skin type that I've put it on. It works on me. It works on my friend who has dry skin. I have combo oily skin. It works. It just looks beautiful on everyone, and they've got a great shade range. So that is great. Like I have a lot of those. Like I have a lot of different shades in that foundation. And then if I was to go for a higher end, it would probably be the Huda Beauty Fur Filter, like in the square, like the liquid one. I love that foundation. The only thing that puts me off that foundation is the fragrance, just because I do try and avoid fragrance as much as I can. But I don't mind too much, because I do go in with a lot of skincare and like moisturiser. I do have a barrier between like my skin and the foundation, but yeah, I try and avoid like fragrance as much as I can when it comes to like makeup and skincare. This plug is doing my nutting. But yeah, I try and avoid fragrance, but if I love a product, I'll use it. Like it's not that deep, but if I can, I avoid the fragrance. So those are my two fave Holy Grail foundations. Second question is from Lucy Penrose. If you had to use only one brand for a year for a full face, which would it be? This question, oh my god, I sat for about an hour, like literally sat at my makeup station like, what would I use? Like, what can I do like a full face using? And I struggled, honestly, because no brand ever nails everything. Like, you've got brands that have a bit of everything, like Revolution. They have like a bit of everything, but I don't really rate Revolution. I love their concealers. Like their Pro Concealer is amazing. I love their Conceal and Define foundation and concealers. But then when it comes to like blushes, bronzers, and their non-collab eyeshadows, I don't like them. They're just not it. If you go to a collab palette, love it. Like the what's it called? The Surf palettes, they're really good. I need to dig those out because they are like perfect autumnal shades. But yeah, I do really enjoy their collabs, but like their normal, like just their eyeshadows, I'm not a fan of. Their highlighters are hit and miss for me, so it's one of those that like, yeah, they've got a bit of everything, but would I want to use them for a full face? Probably not. So after about an hour, which I'm not like joking, like it was literally like an hour of just like staring at my makeup, I came to the decision that my full face brand would be P. Louise, which is strange because they don't do like face products yet, but I have a lot of their products. Obviously I've got their Sandwich Stages, their Love Tape, and their Secret Sinner palette. So they are good for eyeshadow. You can use shades in there for like blush. I don't know if there's a bronzer shade in there. Probably not. But I've got all their bases. I've got their metallic bases. I've got their paints. So using those, I could make concealer and foundation, bronzer, blush, lip products, eyeliners. I have their brow products, so that's what I would use. I would be able to use that probably as a mascara. So I reckon P. Louise would be the one that I would go with over all other brands, just because I can make that work. I don't know what I'd do about a loose powder, but that's the brand that I think I would go with, which is a bit strange, I know. But yeah, P. Louise, I guess, 'cause why not? Just because it's an eye base doesn't mean it can't work for other things. Crystal Nelson says, if you could never rebuy any item again, which would you miss the most? See, I don't know about this one. Like, if it was like, right, pick a type of product like foundation or bronzer or whatever, it'd be foundation, because like I cannot not wear foundation. Like I can, but I love foundation. I have problematic skin, so I do rely on foundation quite a lot. I cannot wear it, but I love foundation. I have an affinity for foundation, hence Foundation Fridays, because I have like 1,000, well maybe not 1,000, I have a lot of foundations, which is why I started doing Foundation Fridays, so that I can kind of be like, this is good, this is not, this is this is this. And then when I go and I'm like, did I like that foundation? I've got it on my shelf, it's a full bottle, did I like it, did I use it? I can go and like check my own files in a way and be like, right, go on my Foundation Friday, look at it, watch the video and be like, yes, I liked that, I will wear that, or no I didn't, right, I need to sell that, I need to get rid of it, I need to give it away, whatever. But when it comes down to an individual product, I honestly have no idea. Like, I have so much makeup that I just like constantly swap and change everything. The only things that I don't really swap out is my blush and bronzer, but I can easily change those if I want to. I just don't want to. So yeah, I don't have an answer for that, because there's nothing that I couldn't not live without. Couldn't not live without. I don't know which one I need. Either way, I can easily swap and change all the products. The only thing I would probably struggle with is my eye base, which is my P. Louise base. That's probably the only thing that I would struggle with, but then I don't know. I guess that's my answer. My P. Louise eye base. I'm shocking. I'm trying not to think of these questions like ahead of time, just because I think that if I do that, I'll like overthink and overanalyze. So I'm trying to do this like as I go. Mary Helen Healy-Lease says, biggest makeup inspiration. Honestly, I don't have one. I've loved makeup for as long as I can remember. I started getting acne when I was like 10 years old, so I started to get into makeup because of that, to hide like my acne, to hide my scarring. And then I slowly developed like a love for the artistry. I went to college, I studied makeup and beauty therapy and massage and like the whole beauty realm, like acrylics and lashes and all that sort of stuff. But makeup was like the main thing in that. Like makeup was why I wanted to go to college. I wanted to learn about it, and I wanted to be a makeup artist, which I am. But yeah, that's the one that I wanted to go for. I can't say there was like a particular person that was like, yeah, I want to be that person. There really wasn't, because when I was coming up, makeup artists, there wasn't that many. And the ones that was like the face of big brands, like MAC and Charlotte Tilbury, that kind of thing. Like they would be the faces of big brands, or it was a brand that was created by a makeup artist, but you didn't really know who that makeup artist was, if that makes sense. So I didn't grow up with like an inspirational makeup artist or anything like that. And I've kind of kept that up. I've never been like one to idolize like celebrities or makeup artists or anything like that. I think for me, my biggest inspiration when it comes to makeup isn't a person. It is actually like the world around me, if that makes sense. Like you will see, hopefully over the next like year of like watching my videos, during like autumn and winter, I will wear darker or more autumnal kind of makeup, and then it'll get to winter, it'll go darker, and then in spring it'll start to get lighter and airier, and then summer it'll be like big and bright and bold. So like the seasons, like the weather, the things going on around me, that is what inspires my makeup, not a person. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if I'm making that much sense, but that is where my inspiration comes from. I'm not a massive like art person or anything. I do appreciate art. I know a little bit, not a lot, but when I do see art, that inspires me. I do often just like scroll Instagram, like I'll literally just put art or artist or, you know, painting or something into like Instagram or Google, and I will just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. There are art museums where I live, so I like to go in there and just have a nosy about. That inspires me, but I can't say like a particular style inspires me or a person. It's just what I see around me. That is what inspires me. Louise Fawcett. Woo! I just kicked my ring light. Louise Fawcett says, if you could only keep one eye palette, what would it be and why? I would go with James Charles Artistry Morphe palette, just because that is the palette that I take with me when I travel. That is the palette that has a bit of everything. Like, I have a lot of palettes, but that you've got your neutrals, you've got your colours, you've got stuff that you can use for highlights, so you've got everything in there. That is the palette that I take if I'm going away, like even if it's just for the night, that's the palette that I'll take. And when I do that, I don't take a blush, I don't take a bronzer, and I don't take a highlight, because I can use shades that are in there for those, so it means I'm not packing as much. So So yeah, that'd be it. Easy. Makeup by Danny has a few questions actually. She says, best gloss. I don't have one. I don't like glossy lips. I've got a couple, but I think they're all from Pixie. I got them in PR. I'm not gonna lie, like, they was gifted to me. I think it's called Peach Nectar. I'm not sure. It's over there, so I can't even go and grab it. I think it's called Peach Nectar. It's like a plumping gloss. I like that. That'll go over like all my nudes. That goes over pretty much everything, to be honest. But I very rarely wear a glossy lip. Just not my thing. Next is natural or glam. Glam. But recently natural. Like, if you asked me a couple months ago, it'd have been glam all day, every day. Like, I am at home in a bright, bold, colourful, smoked out look. But recently, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old, but a natural, like a brown, a warm, smoky eye, or a natural glam has been my go-to recently. But if I had to pick, it would be a full-on, bold, colourful glam look. Next, she says strip or individuals. I hate individuals. It's not even a question. The only time I'll wear individuals is on my lower lash line. I'm just not a fan. And then she says bright or bold lip. Nude, actually. I really love a nude lip. I never used to, but over the past year, it's pretty much all I wear. I absolutely love a nude lip. My favourite is going in with the NYX Urban Cafe lip liner, and then Pink Sugar from Wet n Wild. Oh my god, I love it. And then put on that Pixie gloss over the top, and that is killer. But yeah, the gloss is kind of, I don't mind, I just prefer a nude. A matte, sorry. And then I've got some questions that have been asked, multiple questions by so many people. First question was, why did you decide to stretch your ears and what size? My ears are at 36mm. Technically there's 38, but these are 36mm plugs. I have my 38 tunnels over there. These are what I sleep in, because I usually film at like 6 o'clock in the morning when I've just woken up. I forgot to take these out and put my tunnels in. But yeah, so they are a little bit smaller than usual. I stretched to 38. I stretched my ears because I have a condition called hydrodentis suppurata. No, hydrodentis suppurata. I can't even say it. I've got it. I can't say it. It's shortened down to HS, which for the longest time I didn't know even existed. I thought it was acne. I do suffer with acne on my face, but HS is, you basically develop boils. Like, they can be anywhere from like the size of a marble to a golf ball. You get them in your armpits, behind your ears, under your boobs, your thigh, in your groin. You can get them other places. I've had them on my legs and stuff, but they're basically these really big hard boils, like cystic acne, but way worse and very, very painful. And they leak, and like all underneath my bust is scarred for them. Yeah, I thought it was just really bad acne. It's not. It's a whole thing. It's an autoimmune disease from what I know. But I really struggle with them behind my ears. Like, I had my ears pierced for like forever, like my entire life really. They was pierced when I was a baby, and when I hit puberty, this is when I discovered, well, I started to develop HS, and I would get them either behind my ear or actually inside my ear, like on the back of my tragus, and it was so painful. And I was looking at a way of not having to deal with that, because it was behind my ear. It'd mean that I couldn't sleep because I physically couldn't touch the area. Now, like I said, I've got them in my armpits, under my bust, my thigh, my groin. Like, they're painful, don't get me wrong, but there was nothing worse than getting one of these boils, which is the only nice way I can describe it, behind my ear or inside my ear. Luckily the ones inside my ear aren't that often, but the ones behind my ears was once a month, maybe twice a month. It was very, very painful. All the back of my ear was scarred, particularly this ear was really scarred, and even though like they would drain and leak and like ease off once there was gone, once there was one there that would like reignite every so often, that same place it'd continuously come back, and it was so painful. So I was looking for a way of kind of removing the possibility, and I work with a guy who has stretched ears. His ears are massive. They're like 50-inch, I think. They're really big, and I could see that there wasn't much tissue. I'll show you here. Like, it's a hole, but like this, there's not much, like the skin, obviously. I'm not gonna play with it too much because I know it freaks people out, but there wasn't a place for a lesion or a boil to develop really. So I started to stretch my ears. I've always liked the look, but I never did it, and then I kind of was like, well, what the hell, I'll try it. So I did, and I noticed that the bigger I stretched my ears, the less I was getting these boils on the backs of my ears. And then it got to the point where after about an inch, which is like 24 mil, I wasn't getting them at all. Now, I've been at this size for a while now, and I cannot remember the last time I got a boil on my ears. So yeah, even though it's not like a diagnosis or like a cure for HS, for me it has been for my ears. I don't get them anymore on my ears or behind my ears. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm able to sleep. It's comfortable. I'm not in pain anymore with these boils behind my ears, which luckily for me it worked, because otherwise I don't know what I'd have done. Probably just chop my ears off because it was horrible. I don't plan on going any bigger. At the minute, my ears do tend to stretch on their own quite a lot. Probably because I wear like the big stone plugs, but I can't wear tunnels to sleep, so it hurts. So the next question is, will you ever dye your hair a normal colour? Probably not. Honestly, I've been dyeing my hair crazy colours since I was 15, I think. I think I was 15 when I dyed my hair red for the first time, and I've never looked back. On occasion, I'll go like brown for a couple of months and hate it, and then I'll end up just bleaching my hair and going back, which ends up causing more damage. My hair at the minute like needs straightening, hence it is up, but yeah, like my roots need doing. I don't think I will go like a normal colour for any sort of length of time. If you do see me with dark hair or blonde hair, which you will not, it's probably just a break between colours because I can't decide what colour, and then yeah, I'll probably change it as soon as I changed it to brown. I've done it a few times. I'll last maybe a month, and it's usually when I'm like trying to decide what colour to do next, or I can't actually find the colour that I want, which happens every so often. But yeah, I think crazy colour hair is staying, to be honest. Next is, do you have any new tattoos planned? Not at the minute. I did have a few booked when COVID set its sights on us, and then obviously my bookings got cancelled. I've not rebooked. I don't plan on rebooking. I still want those tattoos, but I'm gonna wait and see, kind of thing. Maybe I'll get them when everything goes back to normal. Maybe I won't. I honestly have no idea. Next is favourite piercing, and do you have any that we can't see? I have a few that you can't see. So if I quickly go through the ones that I currently have, I've had a few that I've took out and they've closed up, so I'm not going to go into those because there's a lot. So I've got my nostril, I've got my septum, I've got my medusa and my vertical labret. I have my smiley, I have my tongue, I have my ears which are stretched, I have 2 up here, 1 up here. I have both nipples pierced, I have my belly button pierced. What else do I have? I've got a few that I've had that I have removed, I've took out, they've closed up, so they're not really worth discussing. I've had one under here on my ring that lasted like 2 days and I took it out, and I'd show you, but I don't know. I barely have a mark left. It's really hard to see, but it's covered by my rings. So yeah, I've had a few like random like dermal fillers. I had them on my collarbones. I had one like between my boobs, but they never lasted, literally like a week or 2, and I ended up taking them out because I hated them. But my favourite piercing is probably my nipples, to be honest. I just think they're cute. My husband likes them, I like them. They look cute, they look really good in like nice lacy underwear. Other than that, probably my smiley, which is probably my newest piercing. Yeah, it is my newest piercing. I got just before lockdown started. Literally, I think it was like the day before lockdown kicked in, I got it pierced. So like 6 months ago or something. And do you have any piercings planned? I don't. The only ones that I would consider doing now would be, because I've got my nipples pierced this way, I want them doing that way too. So horizontal and vertical, so then it's like a cross. I don't have plans to do that yet. Maybe in a year or 2. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's everything. That's all the questions that I have down here written down. So oh, I've got hiccups. Yeah, so that's all the questions that I've got written down. If you've got any more questions that you want to know, leave them down below. I will answer them. Like, I'm a pretty open book. Like, I really don't care about things, to be honest. I'm married, I'm 29, I'm from Hull, I have a 7, almost 8-year-old. I'll be 29 next month, well, in just over a month, December 2nd. I think that's it. Honestly, there's not much to know about me, but if you've got any questions, like I said, pop them down below, I will answer. Yeah. Like, do you want a tattoo talk? Because, I mean, the ones that you can see are, like, my smallest tattoos. Like, I have them, I've got, like, pretty much a full leg sleeve. I've got them on my back. Like, you don't see that many on my videos, but I do have quite a lot of tattoos. I don't know how many. I should probably count. I'm surprised that wasn't a question. I have both feet tattooed. I have them, yeah, I have quite a few. So if you want to see like a tattoo tour, I can do that. That might be coming soon. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.